I got lost almost every time I try to run there. The thing I've been doing lately is I used to try to run through the zone. It's obviously a little faster if you can just shoot straight there, but just run along the edge. You're going to pass Trekanon's Teeth. You run past that zone line where the log is falling down. Keep running along the edge. And I don't remember if it's the first number or the second number. One of those numbers will equal 0. And as soon as that does, if the wall is on your right-hand side, take a 90-degree turn to your left and just run straight. And it's like 10 feet away from the wall. So pretty easy to get there after you kind of learn.
The nice thing and what makes it so popular, man, is that melee can bind there. So if you're a warrior, especially, or something, a monk, and you die there, you're there to get your corpse. You know what I mean? It's not like you have to travel to go back and get it or anything. It's like binding in Highhold Keep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're there.
That is a nice little twist.
Are you all right, Shrieky?
I'm tashed and charmed.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good. Don't go out there then.
He's at 40%. The good news is they won't kill you while you're charmed.
Nope.
The bad news is I have no idea where you are.
Oh, okay. So Chuba says it's the first number is 0 minus 2,000 roundabout.
Have they taken you to a corner and put you there? And
I'm behind the first row of books. Right.
That is the best. When they charm you, they take you far away, dude, and sit you down. So we're weird. It's not good, dude. It's not good.
Yeah. Well, it's 2. It's 2 whenever I can get back with them.
This is a long charm too.
Yeah.
I think I might have a resist magic something.
You should, as a
Endure
cleric.
magic.
I got tashed, so that dropped it.
I think I got resist in my bag for when I ding, dude.
Okay. I'm back.
All right. You want me to throw you?
Demiro actually doesn't have the keys for this area, so.
Yeah, resisted, biatch.
I just rooted one of them. And here comes a big fat heel on your big fat head. Or, you know what I'm saying, dude. You know what I'm saying? For you. Oh, we can get Demiro up here. Don't you worry, dude.
Oh, we can. It just won't be as easy as just riding straight here. This is coming from the warrior that didn't think he'd have any problem pulling these guys.
I got tashed. Can I catch a break?
Not from these guys. Man, we've had so much trouble with this.
Nah, these things have charmed my 58 monk before with almost 200 MR.
It's so ridiculous because this is the only floor out of the entire dungeon that you will have this problem. Level 2. You go to level 3, level 4, level 5. Yeah, the mobs get higher level, but you don't run into anything like this.
No.
Level 3 is a lot easier.
Yeah.
I'm tashed. I'm dotted. I'm slowed.
And if I had to give you guys watching one guess as to which floor takes the longest to get a key from, what do you guys imagine?
It's this one.
Yeah, it is. It's always the worst floor.
I've done this one for 6 hours and not gotten the key.
They really wanted to troll you hard on this one, man. This was like the roadblock when the game first came out. Everybody got to floor 2, super camped. Everybody's waiting for their spot to be able to get something, but...
when my Necro sold her key for here, I came back days. I mean, I didn't camp at 8 hours at a time, but it took me days to get this key back. For real. 2 or 3 hours at a time.
Nah, I believe you, man. This one takes forever. And if you get lucky enough, I think we have actually gotten lucky enough where we came through one time and we got a key on every floor in succession, just killing the mobs that were already there. I don't remember who got those. Was that you, Nano, that got all those keys?
I know we did a thing where I got my 4 through 6 with you guys, but I think Cypher got most of his all in one night, if I remember right.
I think that might be the one that we gave it to then, because that was crazy. I have never seen keys drop like that. We're getting them on every floor, and we're just going through and killing the mobs and moving to the next one.
But I got, for the 4th floor for 5 and on up with you guys. I think it was Sir Yato was pulling or something like that.
Oh, God.
That night. And we just plowed through it all. or something like that.
All right, so
The night I got the rest of my keys, but I had 1 through 4 by myself. But the
So
others.
how was y'all's Yado experience?
What?
for the most part, he seemed like a cool guy. I have heard some, things about him in the more recent history, but for us, he
Now
never
I
treated
don't
us
know
anything
about
but good.
recently. Well, when he was in VS, it was all about him. Like he wouldn't go if he couldn't be guaranteed something.
Oh, see, I don't know. He never did anything like that. I actually met him when I wasn't recording, and he invited me out to a raid in WW where they were killing for the. Oh, we gotta kill this guy's pet because she's leaving. But yeah, he actually invited me out to a raid so we could get some tier 4 necklaces. It was like a 3 or 4 man group, and it's kind of nice. I mean, so my experiences were pretty good. Thanks for the group. It was a pleasure. Definitely a pleasure having you, Matt. What about you, though? What was your experience? Because everybody's going to be, a little different.
Oh, I was an officer in VS when I had to deal with Yado. Thankfully, it was when I took a break from the game, like shortly after, and when I came back, he had left. But yeah, no, not a fan.
All right. OctoWiz, how you doing, man? What is this crazy stuff? We're doing TOV, second floor. We've got an open spot if you want to come join us. Level 30 issues. I think 34 to 38 is the tunes that we have with us. I'm not sure what that necromancer was. Was he 41? I think he might have been 41.
Did you say 30licious?
30licious, man. Yeah.
30licious? That sounds exciting.
Aren't
dude.
they delicious? I know Erudites have a nice little flavor to them. You gotta lick that forehead quite a bit to get through it, though.
Tastes like snozberries.
What about you, Nodal? You have any experiences with anybody on the server you're just not a huge fan of? Like somebody who's rubbed you the wrong way?
Nah, you have good experience, you have bad experiences. You know what I mean? So
I've only had that experience with 2 people on this server, and it was him and what's that dude's name? He was an officer in AG. Inbox.
I had a shaman in City of Mist, ironically enough, tell me on my Necro to go solo instead of join her group when she had room, when she was sitting there LOC looking for members.
I do remember that. You were very
that rubbed me the wrong way. And then I won't name them, but when I was in Blackheart Pirates, I left that guild over some. It was the Alliance, the Hydra. Some of the officers not willing to help people get around, and very standoffish with other people, and kind of just down out rude in voice chat. You know what I mean? I mean, if they would have told me to F off, it would have been nicer. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Jeez.
So, if they would just said, "Hey, why don't you F off? Do it yourself," that would have been nicer, in my opinion. So.
Well, sometimes it's not what they say; it's how they say it.
Yeah. But other than that, not really, dude.
That man guy is a jerk. I would never group with him.
Most of the worst that I've dealt with has been over the raid scene, though. Like in normal groups and stuff. Like I've grouped with both Inbox and Yato not that long ago, and they were fine. Inbox was really cool in a group when you're not fucking competing with him and he's sending you just horrible tells.
I tend to see it as everybody has their off days, and so it takes a lot of experiences of somebody being negative before I finally write it off or I just not deal with it anymore.
He just had it out for Mana, really, for leaving AG, and really just hated Bloodguard in general. And it just got really toxic.
See, it's weird, though, because anybody who's played a game like this, or this game in particular, long enough, you will realize that guilds come and go. You join people, you leave. It's like a basketball player. He'll be in a city for a long time, maybe, and then move to another city where people used to hate his guts, and now all of a sudden love him.
Oh yeah, he's bringing home a ring now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, like, why hate the game? Like, people are gonna move to other guilds. That's what happens. So, getting butthurt about it, I don't really see a point to that. But I guess some people do take it personally.
Well, you have some people that like, and I don't even remember the dude, but I remember being in VS early, and that we had a cleric or something. I don't know. I don't remember who he was or his name or anything, but he was just leveling up. He's looking for spells and stuff, and I legit gave him a spell, which I don't regret giving it to him. I give stuff to people all the time, but he legit quit the guild less than an hour later and joined another guild. Like after he got the, it was like it was like celestial healing or something like that. You know what I mean? Like an 800 plat spell. I'm like, nah, just keep it, dude. You're good. You need it. And then he like left the guild in less than an hour. I think that's kind of odd. You know what I mean? Myself.
I've seen people join a guild, get their epic, and then leave immediately right afterwards as well. That's just something that happens. There's no way to stop it. You try to do it with like recruitment tactics and make sure they take their time, and they have to wait like a month before they get any items, so they kind of pay their dues a little bit. But in the end, it's gonna happen. You're gonna have people who do it. It's a small server. There are always small servers. You're gonna build up a reputation, and people won't want to have anything to do with you. That's on them, though. But I mean, as far as joining a guild and leaving a guild, there might have been extenuating circumstances. A friend asked them. Maybe they were waiting to get in that guild for months. You never quite know how that's going to play out. But yeah, that kind of sucks. You give them an item like that, and you think you're helping out the guild, and then in the long run, they're no longer part of it anymore.
Yeah, happens.
Never understood why people hate
just
other
the fact
guilds.
of it.
Coin, I don't know why other people hate other guilds, except sometimes other guilds do have a tendency to act a certain way, especially when it comes to raids. They might train some people, a certain guild out there I won't mention. Great individually, they have really good players, but as a whole, when it comes down to raiding, they could be pretty big butt heads. And yeah, we are playing on P99.
You will learn when you're forming for a dragon, you're the only one in the zone, and then next thing you know, 50 people race through you, training you, stomp all over your dragon, and then say, "Look what we got!" And you're still at the, entrance saying, "Damn."
Well, we all have to res everybody.
Yeah.
There are play nice policies on this server too, so it's not all as chaotic as you might think it is. Listening to it, it's still pretty chaotic though. Don't get me wrong.
But that's the rules too. I mean, they're not playing by the rules,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they know the rules, and they know how to bend the rules to their benefit. They've been doing it long enough, but it goes with something about just having a little bit of decency too, and not trying to not trying to train people as much as they do. I understand they're in a rush to get there though.
That's classic though, I guess, right? I mean, the way.
I got 3.
It is classic,
okay,
yeah.
Someone else has got a root or locked down because I'm down to 15 M.
I could try rooting some of these.
Oh, we need to root them out here.
All right, want to root it?
But I mean, they're playing by the rules. First, engage and all that kind of stuff. The race, and that's. I wasn't around for classic racing. You know what I mean? I didn't experience that or know how all that worked. But I was around during POP. Flagging and racing. Like we a lot of times were staring at other guilds and playing a fire. You know what I mean? Seeing who was going to engage first, and people screaming at each other in OOC and stuff like that. And GMs showing up. So
I can vividly remember dropping a train on a guild doing Sev.
That's what I was gonna say. It was
and wiping them so that we could take.
A lot more trains happened back then, and the GMs never really showed up for that kind of stuff.
Nope, it was a god awful mess.
Yeah, it could be a train wreck, dude. One guild training the other guild, training the other guild, training themselves, and then in the end, it was just who had the most patience to stay there throughout all of that. Because most people would just be like, "I'm done. You've trained us like 15 times. We don't even know who's training anymore. Like we're training ourselves at this point." So they would just leave, and other people would just kind of inherit it after the fact. So not really that toxic yet. Like they don't do that here.
Might need a quick med break after this one, guys.
I play on the test server on live. Little P.
I am completely debuffed.
I'm at 13%, but I've been low this whole time. I'll try to get mana when I can, but it's rough being a wizard.
Med it up.
Drizzle Row, my Seekers and Hose had quite a bit of that issues. Hose, Haas.
Are you getting debuffed a lot, dude? Is that? I mean, is it worth buffing you?
Well,
You got a junk buff, don't you? Your boots?
oh no, I'm fully my boots.
Oh, you don't have the cobalt boots, huh?
No.
I'm getting Dur Magic back up. If you have that or not.
I don't. I'm fully debuffed. I have Tash on me.
If he is getting debuffed a lot, I would suggest giving him like Endure Fire or Endure Poison first.
Yeah, give him a couple junk ones.
Yeah.
Bury that she.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to get at, is how much is he getting debuffed?
Well, everything on this floor dispels, so
Yeah, it's a pain in the dick.
Is it
it's
3 or
happening
1?
a lot. It's 1.
Well, at least that's more doable. The 3s are nasty. When those happen, I don't even bother putting buzzing on people. There was one we came over here with ZK, didn't we? And he buffed all of us up with his shaman, and immediately upon going out there, we all got debuffed. And that was here on this second floor, I believe.
Yeah, it's a nasty floor, dude, for real.
And they were the same levels of fires and heavens. Time. A drizzle roll. Did anybody, you guys play on that server?
Mm-mm.
No, I was on the tribunal.
Now, did you guys pick your servers on purpose, or did you just kind of click what was there? I mean, obviously PvP versus PvE, but did you have like a guild you were, or not a guild, a server you were joining because your friend was already there? Or?
I was the friend in my group of friends back in, like, let's see, this 99 junior year of high school. That had the game that everybody. So I just randomly picked the server, and then my friends, my friends in high school that played joined me on that server.
And did you like it overall?
Oh yeah, that's why I play P99, is because I liked it overall.
What about you, Donald? Did you pick yours out for a reason, or?
I was on Saren server, and I don't remember picking it out or looking, like, really researching it or anything, other than I think I looked at the population, maybe, when I picked it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I
Is
chose
what I
mine.
did.
And you picked one with the low population or a high one?
How do I not sit in a waiting
I can't even remember, man, to be honest. I just wanted to make sure I got in, you know what I mean? So I just picked the population.
Zoglin the Dead is up. He's hailing him right there. Never seen him before. Sorry, I
Is
didn't
he
mean to
a
cut you
dwarf?
off. I don't know. I don't think anybody's ever seen this mob.
Did I give you a symbol, dude? Nope, well, he's pulled. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. It's fine.
I got 15M, though.
I'll root the assistant.
It's fine.
All right, assistant is rooted.
Necro could hot you or something a little bit. Help out.
Let's see if I can pull the librarian off of you guys.
Hopefully you get a key pop off of one of them. That'd be nice.
No, he's not moving.
There he is. You got your whatever?
The clicky? That's what I was using.
Yeah, the staff or whatever it's called. Flux capacitor.
Right.
Flux capacitor.
Fell off my toilet and came up with it.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know exactly what experience we're getting, but I'm getting experience. I can tell you that much.
I've gotten 9% since we started.
That's horrible. It's Valius, man.
It happens, yo.
Yeah, the loot won't be too bad though if we can get some stuff here. And it's kind of a fun experience. It's better than going to a place you've seen, a million times already.
Well, it's also better than waiting in line for mobs in Soul B too.
Yeah.
The way things are going there, dude.
Even though you had to wait in line in Soul B, you probably still make more experience with those mobs. But yeah, I'm not really digging that whole wait for 20 minutes for it to pop.
So where's this name mob at, man? Or do we need to look it up before you pull it, or are you just gonna?
He's over here. He's yellow to me.
Which
He's
is
probably 35 or 36.
on the right side?
Yeah, he's on the right side.
Oh, yeah, he is a dwarf.
There are 2 other mobs with him.
We might be able to get the Necro or the Bard to Wall around him. if you want to try to pull it solo.
Yeah.
Well,
That'd be
Travis AFK is sex. You might have to wait, or you can get the Necro to do it.
He can do it. Necros can do it.
He's going out there too.
He ain't scared. Yeah, I was gonna look it up if we had. There was a name. Remember, there's a named dwarf on 6 or 5, dude. That remember that dropped. It was a quest mob for something. I remember seeing him. I can't remember if it's the same guy though.
Let me do a search for P99 Wiki.
But I remember that named dwarf popping when we were trying to get the key, and he was just a quest mob only.
Let's see. Zolgrim the Dead. He spawns in the library, 2nd floor. Placeholder can be a ghost scholar. He does not drop anything. No, he does. Yeah, he does. He has crystallized shadow leggings, which are the rare ones.
Oh.
This is all the stuff that drops off all the other ones too. The no drop.
He can also drop nothing.
Yeah, he has a tunic though. Tunic would be pretty cool. 6.2% overall for all the items. I don't think I've ever seen that tunic drop.
Might have to root that off. Well, the Necro might have to root it to get it off of him if he pulled with like a.
I'm not getting a taunt.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
Alright, so he's rooted and he's off of the Necro. So that's what I was trying to go for.
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't root it himself though. To be honest, if he pulled a snare or something. I don't know what he pulled with. We got this. We got this, man.
All right, Big Ton, get some sleep, man. It sounds like you need it. Been awake. Holy crap, dude. 40% of my life in one hit. He's going to kill me.
I got your heal coming.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, my God. Well, it's probably because you just nuked him to death. That's why he doesn't like you, dude.
I only did one nuke on that dude, and he was already at 60% when I hit him. So, the aggro is real.
Let's see if it's got anything here.
No breastplate?
Incoming 2.
I don't know. The other guy did it.
Nope.
No, nothing. Guess not.
What a jet.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen him drop anything on his loot table.
Well, with only a 6.2 chance of dropping... Is that any item or for every item, do you guys think?
Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound like a good chance, though.
No, but if he has a chance of dropping 5 items and like a 6% chance of dropping any one of those, that's at least a higher percent chance of getting something versus nothing. But if it's only a 6% chance of dropping any one of those particular items, that's pretty horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Which definitely sounds to be more of the case, since he just doesn't drop anything. Blast this guy in the face when he gets down low enough.
Oh. So they're charming me, but I'm not attacking you guys.
That's good.
It is good, because this hammer hits hard.
So does that whip. Is that the spiked one?
Yeah, the West.
I still need to get that.
Wrapped infantry. Wrapped entropy.
$314 points of damage. Sounds like I'm doing a lot of damage, but I don't know.
I'm at 20 Dude, mana's rough.
Do you feel...
we're killing fast, too, though. Sorry, we're killing fast, too, though.
You ever play a wizard, Nuddle?
Yeah. Not on this... Not on P99, though.
Trav's got to go. He got some wife aggro. Is it clear enough to get him to the mirror?
He can IVU it.
Yeah.
Somebody will have to show him, though, because he doesn't know the zone.
And I don't have a lot of mana, either.
Can we get a root on one of these?
Hold up. Yeah.
Someone teacher.
Oh, God. I am healing him.
All right, teacher's rooted.
Got you, dude. 15
All right, student is rooted as well.
Oh, and I'm getting nuked.
Teacher's almost dead. Just it's at 50.
Yeah.
Burn it.
After this pool, if we can get him to the entrance, this way he doesn't wait too long.
Yeah, we'll have to maybe med for the thing. Necro's out of mana too.
Did you see that 141 point crippling blow?
It's nice, dude. I like it. I like it a lot.
How you digging the warrior?
I like it. I don't get to play it that often.
Compared to the other classes you got, though, is it a huge change? Because you've played a monk.
It's similar in the monk that I press 2 buttons.
Yeah, I guess so. The flying kick and what do you got, like mend or something?
No, my epic.
Oh, that's right. That is a button down. Yeah, I haven't gotten that myself. Which would you prefer, though? Or do you see them just for different instances? Like, monk is obviously great for pulling. Warrior is pretty good for tanking.
If you have a monk in NTOV gear, you can tank almost as well as a warrior can.
Do you see a lot of people with North gear? I mean, that's...
I mean, if they're in Aftermath or Awakened.
Yeah, wow. That can kind of go true with anything, though. Their gear is pretty decked out. If we can't get them there in time, let me know, Trav. If you're in a big rush, I can always just teleport you out.
I'm totally. I just name a total turn songs off so I can get him.
Does he know the way, or does he need one of us to show him?
I'm gonna show him.
You're gonna show him? Okay.
I'll invis myself too. As soon as my fucking spell quits fizzling.
You could probably never use it.
Not very often.
I still have yet to buy the group Invis versus Undead spell, and I need to do that because that one is actually really handy to have. It's a level 51 or something. I thought it was pretty lame at the beginning. Still low mana and no pet. All right. You do realize the only one with the key is leaving.
Hold on.
So we'll have to bring somebody else over here.
Well, we're good as long as we don't leave the floor or die.
Yeah. Or if we can get a key and go to the next floor, I think that would be even better experience and a lot safer than this one. What about you, Shurugi? As far as the zone goes, how are you liking Tower of Frozen Shadows? Did you come here when it came out?
Oh yeah. Well, I did a lot on my monk. I have all the way up to Serena's key on my monk.
Really? Every time we go up there, it always seems like there's a mage just kind of sitting there camping them.
Let's see here. This is the exit over here. I was taking him to the second floor. My bad.
I think the exit, is off to the left, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yes. Just in my mind, I was like, yeah, second floor, yo.
And did you come here on live when it first came out? Was this one of the, what zones did you hit when Velius first launched?
I was after Velius launches when I started, man. Velius was out and Lucelyn, whatever you guys want to say. I always say Lucelyn was not out. That's when I started playing, man. I was later to the game.
Yeah, I always said Lucelyn as well, but doing the videos, everybody corrects you on it's a Luclin, so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hopefully he's good after he gets out of there on how to get back to the ring and all that stuff, or just safe place to camp, I hope.
Yeah, I probably should have given him an Invis too, but he has Invis song, right?
Yeah.
Hope so.
He has Salas, so if he hits the ground running, he should be fine.
You should be able to run straight out to the water and then just camp there, and hopefully we can get you later if you're not familiar with the zone.
Yeah, the only bad thing is if you somehow aggro 12 things and then you're running blindly somewhere to zones. Yeah. That would be bad.
Well, as long as you run to the water's edge, there are no mobs around that area, so you shouldn't really have any problem with picking up any more ads, and then hopefully you can camp out in time. I just know, with wife aggro, they're not like, oh, yeah, you have another 20 minutes to find a way to camp out. It's come do this
Wait,
now.
that doesn't happen? That doesn't happen?
So, trying to give them as much as I can.
Yeah, now the mana's going to be slower, even slower.
Mm-hmm. Well, we do have a Necro. He can feed people mana if they need. Thanks for the groove. Wish I had more time.
Wish I had more time.
Plans as far as the keys go. Oh, no, don't worry about Trevor. I was just giving you a hard time, dude. We are perfectly fine with no keys for the bottom floor. That thing actually drops really commonly, so it doesn't take too long to get another one. So what was the first zone that you went to when an expansion dropped? Like, what was your first expansion while you were playing the game?
Loose I believe. And I remember going to PC, Palo Caverns or whatever it was called.
Mm-hmm.
Like an experience like that being brand new for me and checking it out and it being all super creepy and weird. And that was probably the one zone that I remember being that way for me anyway. You know what I mean?
How'd you like it?
Boring.
Did you find the expansion to be good? Like, did anything happen as far as the mechanics go that you were just like, oh, I didn't like that?
I don't. As far as that zone, I thought the zone was great. That had a really good zim and all that, and it was a place where people would go to find groups, and there was easily 3 or 4 groups in PC all the time back in the day. Man, there's always people picking up people or making groups or whatever. So it was a really popular spot.
Was there an expansion that you got to that you were just like, this is it for me? I don't really want to go any further than that.
I played EQ all the way until I stopped after the Mercenaries came out, and to be honest, I used the Mercenaries for like the first month or 2, and then after that, that was when I quit. When the Mercenaries came out, that's when I was done. I was able to the first week the Mercenaries came out. It was my Bard and my Zerker. I was boxing a Zerker at the time, but I was able to take my Bard and use a Cleric Merc, take my Zerker and use a Tank Merc, and I went through the whole expansion in less than a month, keyed myself to the highest zone. Wasn't raid mobs, but it was that it would be equivalent to doing Kale Arena, you know what I mean, in the first month, but you had to get keys for it and I was able to kill named mobs in there, you know what I mean, by myself with a 2 mercs and a Zerker and a Bard. I was able to pull them solo with the Bard, slow and snare, DPS with the Zerk, and the Cleric and the Tank Mercenaries did all the work. We just assisted the Mercenaries, really. I mean, to be honest.
Which was, I talk about mercs too a lot, but in the end, it was fun to play around with them. It was fun to go to zones that you really couldn't get groups into or just didn't have a raid force to go into, and you got to experience that. But I was kind of there with the same boat with you, man. It kind of burned me out of the game.
Well, the thing about monks had it too, but the thing about bards, we had fade. So the thing about mercenaries is if you're going to wipe, right, you're going to die. You had to wait for your mercenary to repop. You had to wait 10 minutes or something. But the thing about monks and bards, especially bards, I have fades. So if things are going bad, I just run a little bit away. I hit fade and I can recall my merc. You know what I mean? And then it's not a 15-minute wait. It's like a 2-minute wait. You know what I mean? Then I just go back to work in 2 minutes because it's like you're not in aggro anymore as soon as you fade. So you can just recall your merc. You know what I mean? And you're done. It was just...
It was different.
Too easy, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was too easy to hold a camp, to keep a camp. You know what I mean?
Well, and it seemed like they also went down the route of not making you wait as long to do things. Like you just said right there, that was obviously something you could do so you get back into the action, but the mana, I think, regenerated a lot faster, or maybe you just had more of it, and that's why it didn't go down very fast. But, it was constant killing. It wasn't like the slow, let's sit here and med up a little bit like we're doing right now that you needed.
I'm almost 50, too, by the way.
Let's see. Wow, doing things by yourself almost sounds like World of Warcraft. They've been hating World of Warcraft tonight. You got a lot of people out there.
I've never played World of Warcraft. I've been talking about I think Chupa or somebody said there's going to be a vanilla server opening. I've been talking about maybe playing with them on that just because why should I not try it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I never tried it.
I think emulated servers are going to be the thing. Everybody has their own opinions out there, and you got to really find the one where you click for yourself. Late EQ died because it tried to emulate WoW. I completely and totally agree with that statement. It's still going. I don't know if you could say it's going strong. It's still going, and there's lots of people on it, but I think they should have stuck with what they were originally, which is more of a challenging more in depth, kind of slower paced game. So what's the point of even playing EQ? WoW Vanilla wasn't as good as people say. It may not be as good, but if you've never tried it before, and you play in this kind of circle of video gamers that tend to bring that one up, it's good to have your own experience with it, so you can kind of see for yourself if you like some of the stuff they're talking about.
I will say this, man. When I played EverQuest, like, we hated WoW people. We hated anyone who didn't play EverQuest. We made fun of them. We picked on them. We talked trash about them. He must be charmed.
I don't know what you're talking about, Willis.
But I played EverQuest for 10 years or something like that. I took a 5-year break. I've been back P99 for 2 years, and then I found Dark Age of Camelot, and I love it. I don't play it as much as I do P99. I don't play it as much as I do P2002 right now either, but I went hardcore on that game for like 6 months, and I really dig Dark Age of Camelot. I think it's a great game. I really do. So I guess the thing is, try new things. Why not? You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, there's no reason not to, dude. I like Star Wars Galaxy had a lot of really cool things they put into that one. Some things not so cool, but just kind of exposing yourself to different game mechanics and design, seeing what works and what doesn't for you, gives you a better basis to decide in the future if you're going to play another MMO that maybe, incorporating some of those things into it. EQ is a cult mentality. Yeah, I guess so. I agree with that statement. It doesn't need to be, though. I don't think you need to be like, I hate PlayStation just because I play on the Xbox. I think, as gamers, we drive walls between each other that don't really need to be there.
No, dude, we hate other people. You know how it is.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in one guild, you hate the other guild. Go Rockets. Sorry, guys. My throat is killing me tonight.
I mean, you try to tell Awaken and Aftermath to get along, See how that works for you.
I sing Kumbaya every time I see him and tell him to hold hands, but...
Oh, dude, I'm beating somebody up. I'm charmed. I just rooted and stunned somebody.
All right, well, let me root our cleric into the ground. Not that that's going to stop him. Are you using mana when you cast your spells?
Yes. Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, that sucks. All right.
Well, wait. No, I'm not. Yes, I'm using... I just rooted somebody. And oh, here comes Force. There you go, Shrieky. Eat it, buddy. Take it.
I resisted.
You son of a bitch. There's a root. You like that root?
All right, he's dead, and you are free at last.
Oh, dude, it was like chain casting, too. I was like, I just lost like 10% mana easily.
That's ridiculous, dude. Our warrior has been charmed I don't know how many times now, and he hasn't attacked one of us. Our cleric gets charmed, and he goes crazy.
All right, here comes 2.
Did anybody get stunned? Because I thought that was awesome.
You were hitting the necro
that's
almost.
I need roots.
Okay, let's come out here. You're on the right hand side? Yep. Alright, 1 rooted. 2 are rooted.
The necro does have wall if we need. Did I mention that? Dude, that was crazy. I thought I was gonna smash someone's face in. And then this hammer procs too, so
Right. It's funny you went after the necro though, like the one undead mob in the zone that you have access to attacking.
I'm sure it's the one I could take as a silkware. I was like, yeah.
Right, the one you're thinking will actually land on.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think whoever is we're getting attacked. You know what we need to do? I do have that little box that pops up on Skype that we could put the pictures on. Holy crap, they're coming up for me. Scholar.
Come over here, dude.
I'm trying to root them over here so they're not next to you guys.
Okay. 15M. Oh, God. We're going to need a break after this one. For real.
Ghostly Stew.
For real. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, no. Oh, no, guys. I'm a pet. Please don't make me attack somebody.
Last heal. Oh, God. Last heal.
I can't even evac us. I got plenty of mana, too. I can't evac us. I'm running. I'm running into a wall.
I can't. I'm dead. I'm going to die. I'm dead.
Oh, dude. No. No. The one person we need to stay alive so he can res.
I was going to throw a heal and then DA, and I died before my DA went off.
Can I talk as a pet?
I can hear you. You can't type. No, you can't do text. No.
You can't.
No.
Well,
Oh,
I just
well,
put it. I'm a pet.
at least I'm in a lot store. Oh my god.
There we go. I'm dead. I died as a pet. Do I lose experience? I should gain experience,
How did you
right?
die as a pet?
He put a whole bunch of dots on me before. Oh, what? I lost level 35? Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
That's something.
Who wanted to go Tower of Frozen Shadow, dude? What the hell?
It's definitely fun. I mean, I like it here. It's good for a nice challenge.
But we also lost our key to number 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned something about a necro with keys.
Yeah. Got my necro with key.
So does that come with a res or?
Yeah. I'll get my cleric.
Did everybody die?
I think so.
Wow.
There were 2 mobs left up when I went down.
Lame. As Bushman's is lame. Charmed for days. Same here. I could have evac so easily if I hadn't been the first one to get charmed.
Maybe we should just evicted. I don't know.
We couldn't have. I was charmed the whole fight. Let's see. I think whoever is talking missed out on some of the best MMO raid designs ever in the golden age of WoW, like 2006, 2009. As I said, every game I think has a little bit something to offer if you can, push past all the, hate that it might otherwise generate. Lower Guck. Ugh. All right, well, I'll have to get a port. They shut themselves out of any other game and become these insane purists. I'm pretty much a purist when it comes to this one too, but I am not like Everquest only. Like I can appreciate Everquest for what it is and the experiences that I had with it and the experience that I still gain with it. But if you guys watch the streams or the channel, you'll see I play hundreds of other games and I still greatly enjoy that. I don't think you have to be just Everquest only. I think that really shuts you in and makes you miss out on so many amazing concepts, amazing storylines. That's one thing me and Cypher were playing again. I wish he was here so he could talk a little bit about it, but me and Cypher were playing a game called Debris, and there's such a twist at the end of that one that neither him or myself saw coming, that at the end we were just like, wow, we feel very satisfied. We feel like we got through something. It was challenging, it was enjoyable, and it's just one of those games you play once and then you move on to the next one. It's not something you keep coming back to. But is there anything like that you've been playing, Donald? Because I know you've been playing a lot of the old Nintendo games.
Yeah, I've been playing. I've actually talking about the old Nintendo games. They just had the Big 20 on Retro Channel. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but they pick 20 games and they speed race. They have to beat all 20 of them.
Oh, okay.
And then they place themselves. So like this last weekend was the Big 20 weekend, and I was busy watching that all day long. It was incredible to watch these guys run through like Castlevania and some really hard games like Russian Attack. Do you need my druid to port you, dude? Or do you want me to just get on my necro?
If you could port me on the druid, that'd be fine. But I mean, if you're going to come over on your necro, you're going to have to get a port anyway. So I'll just get a dial port. It's not that big of a deal.
I just logged my druid in. I'll get you over there, then I'll do it.
Juicebox says he has this warrior that can meet me over there that has the keys. So you...
Oh, nice.
If you don't mind porting me, then.
Yeah, I'll just do the druid then. But yeah, there are some really amazing old Nintendo games that are super hard and nostalgic to watch them guys just run through like crazy, man. Crazy.
Did they get to practice beforehand? Did they know games it was going to be, or is it just kind of like a blind, here's the games, do your best?
Oh, no, they get to practice. You say South Pro? Is that what you said? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. I'm running from Lower Guck, so...
Yeah, they get a list. They do it every year, I guess. So they get a list a few months in advance, and then they can practice. But, I mean, 3 hours. I think the one guy, he finished, like, the best he ever did. He was in the top 20 this year. I was watching him. He was pretty entertaining, to be honest. He wasn't the best one, but he's pretty entertaining. And he did it in less than 20 games in less than around 3 to 4 hours.
Wait, he beat every single one of them?
Well, there's other people that did it in less than 3 hours, all 20 games.
Wow, dude. He beat every single one of those 20 games in the other 3 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's pretty amazing to watch, to be honest.
Those are definitely speedruns. I played WoW for 5 years. Was done with it. Got tired of spending money on it. Joined the military and pretty much in video games for a while. See, that's weird. Well, not weird. You know, I know you guys get busy in there, but my brother, he got stationed. One of them, anyways, got stationed on a ship. And there was absolutely nothing for him to do on there except because he was a Marine on a Navy vessel. So apparently there's not a lot for him to do other than work out and stand in line waiting for chow, which I had no idea you had to wait for so long to get a good spot. But that's neither here or there. He didn't have anything to do while he was on the ship. So he actually got back into gaming while he was in the military. As I said, standing in line for chow, he would play like the Game Boy. All the guys were playing like the Xbox, whatever people brought on board, and they would trade games and, you know, lend them out to people. But I guess it depends on where you're stationed. But I do know like a lot of people in the service tend to play video games. It's not much about the $15 a month, but it's very time consuming with all the MMOs. You gotta pick, man. If there's more than like one MMO, I don't think you could do two. Could you, Nodal? Could you do two MMOs at the same time and spend as much time and energy as you wanted to on both?
That's what I run into like right now, because I do P99, I do P2002, I do Dark Age of Camelot, and I have sitting on my desk right now, I have the Galaxy, Star Wars Galaxies. I need to go to their emulated server and download my discs, and I can start playing Star Wars Galaxies. I haven't even touched it yet. So.
But do you feel like you're devoting the amount of time for each one?
I have a character on that emulated server.
The Star Wars Galaxy?
Oh yeah, I love that game.
I would love to play that one and show videos of it, but unfortunately it's Disney now, so I ain't touching that one with a 10-foot pole.
They don't own the rights to Star Wars Galaxies, though.
They own the rights to all Star Wars franchises.
Really?
Yeah.
They own Star Wars. I mean, I don't know if I'd make it for a channel, but I'd like to check it out. You know what I mean? Okay, incoming ice cleanser. Do you want invis, or you alright to just run, sir?
I should be good with invis.
I'll hit you with invis when we win, then.
I think if you work full-time job, there's no way you can do two MMOs properly. I guess it depends on what you mean by properly. If you're casual,
I got a full-time job.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're filthy casual, then you know 1 day a week on each one of them might not be that bad, 4 or 5 hours here and there. But if you're trying to go like hardcore and get to like max level and get like the best stuff and raid with people, then yeah, probably not able to swing that.
Oh, you good?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I can get that. Yeah.
All right, man.
I definitely appreciate it, $20.
I'll switch back over to the quirk then. I'm just gonna camp her right here in case we need ports out or something. Oh, you got a wizard, but you gonna be all right with a 0% risk.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, it sucks losing the level, but I'm okay. It's nothing much about the $15. You know, $15 a month was okay back in the day, but there's so many games out nowadays that either let you play the game for free or they charge less than that, like $4 or $5 a month. $15, I think, hit its heyday in the 90s. I couldn't see myself doing that again. I have a childhood friend that only plays P99 obsessively and dismisses every other game, and it's terrible. I mean, as long as he's having fun, you know, whatever works for you, whatever makes your time off more enjoyable, then I would say go for it. But, dude, I can't even imagine, like, missing out on the Final Fantasy games. I loved Final Fantasy. I love Doom, Halo, Gears of War. Like, there's so many. I could admit Zelda. Like, you're missing out on Zelda? Crazy, dude.
Oh, dude, that reminds me. I just got the new Zelda. I'm playing it right now. Well, not right this second, but...
The one for the Switch?
Yep. It's amazing, would be the only way I can really describe it.
You like it that much?
It is amazing. It's a Zelda game. In case anyone's concerned, it's not a Zelda game. It is definitely a Zelda game.
Right.
I had to root a giant, and now I'm gaining because he's being, and then I have to switch back over. So it'll be a minute.
I haven't played
but
it.
It is beautiful, dude. It is seriously beautiful. The mechanics are wonderful. There's a lot of new stuff, but it feels like if you played Twilight Princess, and it's got a lot of sounds and things that are very similar. You know what I mean? It feels like a Zelda game still. It is great.
Right. I don't know. The only thing I heard
feel
about
like
that
it.
one that I didn't really care for the sound effects, or not the sound effects, but the sound of, was the weapons are breakable.
Yes, they are, but to be honest, the worst than that the weapons are breakable is there's weapons all over the freaking place. So I mean, it's good and bad. Um, yes, they're breakable when you lose them, but you also every camp you go to with enemies and you beat, there's weapons there to replace it. So I mean, you're never without a weapon. You
And
know what I mean?
you're supposed to be able to do a dungeon too, where you can like get your ultimate weapon, like unbreakable. I don't know. I haven't really delved too
The
much into
Master
it.
Sword.
Yeah, something like that.
I have not made it that far yet. I will say this: in the first, I'm probably 10 hours in, but in the first 5 hours, you already have things. Like I remember Ocarina of Time, you had to go to 5 different lands and beat 5 different dungeons. One to get a bomb, one to get a. I mean, one to get something else. And this you had 4 things. I might go.
You are echoing. I think that's on Shriki's side.
All right, my bad.
My mic was muted.
Oh, well, then
I was hacking a lung up.
It might have been mine.
it might
I
have been.
crashed out of EQ. I don't know why it would have done that though. But anyway, that's the one thing I thought was weird is you get all these things in like the first couple hours of play. You know what I mean? Which is neat, but I remember like Ocarina of Time or whatever, where you had to go and venture for your certain items, and it took a little longer. You know what I mean?
Every game goes through an evolution of what it used to be to what it is now. And I guess maybe some of the holdovers on that would be, I very fondly remember video games where I would go through, get a boomerang, and then get to upgrade the boomerang and get to hold on to it. And I guess maybe that's why like the destructible nature of that means you never really have like a permanent weapon.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, but you always have a weapon. I mean, some are better, some are worse, but it's not like you do without. And it's funny because you start to learn there's certain mobs where you want like a longer spear to fight them. You learn that, you know what I mean? And rather than like a short dagger or whatever, or a club, you actually have to have a longer spear or you're going to get hit more. You know what I mean? So you kind of learn what you need to use and what you don't. Now, the cool thing about this game is, man, it's not a big crafting thing or build thing, but there is cooking in it. There's food around, like apples and things you can kill deer, you can kill, like other animals, but you mix ingredients into like a cooking pot, and depending on how you mix it, you make recipes and it cooks things, and different things do different things. So that's kind of unique in a Zelda way. I don't know of any Zelda game that does that. So
Hey, Shrieky, give me consent so I can drag your body a little further away from the wall. And the same thing for you. I got a juice box. I got a key up. He's gonna take me to the 4th floor after I res you guys, so I can res one of his friends.
all right on.
Just let me know when you guys are in. So
I'm in. I gave you consent, I think.
Okay.
But that makes it kind of unique as far as collecting things and making recipes and stuff like that, I thought.
I like that they're going more towards the RPG aspect, because that's kind of what that is, where you collect a lot of stuff. You can make food, almost like Skyrim or what's that other game? Morrowind. Like a lot of crafting and collecting. I think it adds overall more gameability.
Then if you played, I believe it was Ocarina of Time, there was a land that was ice, and you had to get a certain tunic to wear, or you would die. You know what I mean? Freeze to death. So they have that, but you can do it with a torch in this one. You can carry a torch and not, you know what I mean, and stay warm.
Or the hot food, like you were saying.
Yeah. So
I want to get a new PS4 so that I can get Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be coming out on PC, man.
Yeah,
Is it really?
I want it on PC.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's
Is
gonna
it-
come out on
is
PC.
it- Really? You're not no bullshit?
No. That's what I heard too, man. I've been waiting for
Yeah.
that. I've been like, that's the game itself looks amazing.
Thanks for the rest, sir.
No worries. Give me a few minutes while I run up there with them.
You should buff us.
I'll come back, I guess.
Or that.
You may not make it back. But yeah, it's supposed to come out on PC too, dude. That's what they're saying. There is a game on Steam that is, you know how Fortnite is PUBG generic or whatever, you know what I mean? But very popular. There is a Monster Hunter game on Steam right now that is the generic form of Monster Hunter. And I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I guess those two right now are racing to console. And they're talking like if this game beats Monster Hunter to console, it'll be huge.
Console. Monster Hunter's already on console.
Well, or well, wait, hold on. Did I say that reverse wrong?
Because Monster Hunter
to Xbox, maybe to X. They're not going to go on Xbox, are they? Monster Hunter?
I don't
they
think
go on
so.
Xbox? Maybe I'm thinking about that wrong. Maybe they're on console and they're racing to PC. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say here. And then they think that'll be huge for this. But anyway, there's a generic Monster Hunter, I believe, right now out that they were talking about.
I don't know why they wouldn't just come out with it on PC anyways, unless they sign an exclusive contract with the consoles, and they do that from time to time for the big titles, so maybe that's what it was. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.